Hello student, I am Mrs. Alka Sharma from NCMS Jhabua. Today I am taking the class 8 Social Science, Social and Political Life, 3rd chapter 2, Understanding Secularism. Now, what we study today: introduction, what is secularism, importance of separating religion from the state, Indian secularisms, and ways to prevent domination of one community on the other. My dear student, in the previous chapter we already read about the Indian Constitution contains our fundamental rights, and it protects us from against the state powers as well as against the tyranny. Tyranny means the cruel and unjust use of powers or authority of the majority. Indian Constitution allows individual freedom to live by their religious beliefs and practices. Nobody can object on it as they interpret this. In keeping this idea of this religious freedom for all, India also adopted a strategy of separating the power of religion and the power of state. So in this way, all the peoples will live freely, no problem, and with unity. Power of state. Secularism referred to this separation of religions of the state. Now the question comes, what is a secularism? India is a secular state. This means that the state protects all the religion equally and does not uphold any religion as a state religion. The Indian Constitution allows individuals to freedom to live wherever they want by their religious belief, and they do the practices. So India adopt a strategy to separate the power of religion and the power of state. So in this way we live freely. Secularism, what does it refers? It refers that separation of religion from the state. Indian Constitution contains fundamental rights and they protect us against the state power as well as against the tyranny of the majority. Next, what are the importance of separating religion from the state? You see, the first point, the most important aspect of secularism is separating religion from the state power. So this is important for the country because to function democracy, because we are in our country that is democracy. That is why it is must. Most countries of the world will have more than one religious group living in them. So what happened there? Within this religious group, there is most likely to be one group that is if they are in majority. So what they are doing? If this majority group has access to the state power, so what happened? Then it could access quite easily and the power and financial resource to discriminate against the person of other religion, and the tyranny of this majority could result in the violation. They will do the discrimination or at that time even killing of religious minority. Second point, the majority could provide easily. They prevent minority from practicing their religion. Any form of domination based on religion is in a violation of the right, and that of democratic society, what does it gives guarantee to every citizens of their religion. That is why it is important to separate the states and the religion in democratic society. Third point, another reason why it is to separate religion from the state, it is that because it is important to protect all the peoples. They are having freedom of individual to embrace or exist from any religion and freedom to religious teaching differently. Nobody can interfere on it. Now, what is called Indian secularism? Indian Constitution mandate that Indian state be secular. It means according to the constitution, only a secular state can realize the objectives to ensure the following. See this point first, that one religion community does not dominate another community. Second, that some members do not dominate other members of the same religious community. Third, that the state does not enforce any particular religions not to take away the religious freedoms of individual. See, the Indian states works in various ways to prevent above domination. What they done? See the first step. It uses a strategy to distancing itself from the religion. What they done? The Indian state is ruled by religious groups, nor does it support any one religion. So in India, government have a space. Like law courts we are having police station, we are having government schools and offices. They are not supposed to display or promote any one religion. So in this way, all are protected. The second way is in which Indian secularisms work to prevent the above domination by a strategy of non-interference with religious practices. The state makes certain exceptions for particular religious communities. Third way in which Indian secularism works to prevent the domination listed earlier from the strategy of intervention in order to prevent the religious based on exclusion and discrimination of lower class like earlier. The Indian constitution bans untouchability. No, if anybody will be do, they will get punishment. The state is intervening in religion in order to end such type of social practices that beliefs that discriminate and excluded and violate our fundamental rights of the lower caste and who are the citizen of this country. To ensure the law relating to equal inheritance rights are respected, and the state may have to intervene in the religion-based personal laws of communities. So in this way, they are protected. The Indian constitution grants right to religious communities to set up their own schools and colleges. It also gives them financials and some non-preferential basis. In that way they are protecting all the religious groups. Indian secularisms differ from that of other democratic country. You know, there are so many examples, like we see so many countries are there, still they are not following this, but in our India we are following the secularism. So my dear student, what we studied today, so we studied that what is secularism, what is the importance of secularism and Indian secularism. In the next class we will study what are the ways to prevent domination of one community on the other, similarities of Indian secularism with other countries and difference of Indian secularism from other countries. Okay, thank you.